Okay, for this lesson we're going to go over some vocabulary terms. The first term is going to be adjacent angles, and the definition in the book is on page 46. So if you can turn there with me, that'd be great. And on page 46 it says adjacent angles are two angles that lie in the same plane and have a common vertex and a common side but no interior points. So a really simple example of what adjacent angles look like, you could have an angle, right? You have a vertex, you name the vertex A, and we get points along each side, and adjacent angles will share. Here I have angle BAD, bad, and angle DAC. That would be considered adjacent angles. They have a vertex in common, they both have A, and they both share this side, this ray AD.
Teachers, please forgive the interruption.
So
we need Garrison Lester to come to the office now. Garrison Lester, please come to the office now.
Garrison Lester, go to the office. You're on my video, Garrison. So side D has a are on both of these angles. That's how I know that these two are adjacent angles. They share a side and they share a vertex with each other. So they are adjacent angles. The next one is a linear pair. And all linear pairs are adjacent angles. That's why they come right after these ones. But linear pairs are formed because of that first word linear. Linear means line, and a linear pair means two angles that add up to 180 degrees. But they need to be also adjacent to each other. So if I had these two angles, angles 1 and angle 2, they would be a linear pair because I have a straight line here. We can consider these opposite rays. There might be points on them. G, H, K, J. But angle H, G, K, and also angle H, G, J would be considered a linear pair because they are adjacent, and they also add up to 180 degrees. Next, we're going to go over our vertical angles. Vertical angles, the definition in the book, that's still on page 46, says are two non-adjacent angles formed by two intersecting lines. So anytime two lines intersect each other, we have these four angles that are created every single time. And the angles that are opposite each other are vertical angles. So in this case, if I'd label this just these with numbers, here we have angle 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. Angles 3 and 4 are going to be vertical angles. And also we have angle 6 and angle 5. They are also vertical angles. So it doesn't matter that they are left and right. We still describe them as vertical angles. Now you notice that I have different symbols on angle 5 than I do on angle 3. That's because they are not necessarily congruent to each other, but 5 and 6 are, and 3 and 4 are.